Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing the boyfriend tag, which is why I have my lovely boyfriend David here with me today. He's kindly agreed to be in my video because lots of you have been asking for a Q&A type video with David in it. So here he is, and I've got a list of questions in front of me. I've got them all written down on a piece of paper, which is very organised. So we're just going to get started. Okay. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm David. I'm Scarlett's boyfriend. We've been together for 2 years. I think that's one of the questions.
That's one of the questions.
Can't give away too much too soon.
But I'm sure you will have seen David in lots of my videos before, and we did do not a sit down video, but I'm sure you've seen him in lots of my vlogs, but we did do some videos with Superdrug a couple of years ago, which you will have seen David in as well. So this is our first video together on my channel, but you have been in a couple, haven't you? Yeah. So shall I get going with the questions? Okay, so the first question is, where did we meet?
So we met in St Albans, in Scarlett's hometown, in the cocktail bar called The Snug, which also serves food. And I was not expecting to meet you with your brother and your best friend at the time. So that was interesting, a bit of a surprise. It
was, yeah. No, so just for a bit of context, we did meet on Tinder, and then our first proper meeting was in person in St Albans. And I didn't tell David that I'd brought my brother and my best friend along. So that was a bit of a surprise and probably a bit mean, because poor David you were sort of ganged up on, really, weren't you?
We all got on well though, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. So we had a really, really nice time.
It was a good evening.
Probably a bit of an unconventional first meeting, but I was just really, really nervous. We've been chatting for about a month, hadn't we?
It was about a month, yeah.
So I knew that he was very lovely and I was very excited to meet him, but I don't know, I'm one of those people that's more safe than sorry. Yeah. So I wanted to bring someone along with me. Well, I brought 2 people along with me, and we had a really nice time.
You can never be too careful.
No, you can't, especially when you meet people on the internet. So the second question is kind of overlaps, because it's, where was our first date? So maybe, where was our first date on our own without anyone else there?
Didn't we go to the thing in Harpenden?
Yeah, that was probably our first date, yeah.
I can't remember what it's called though. I
think it was called the George.
Yeah, the George, just like a sort of pub restaurant, isn't it?
Yeah.
We had some food there. But after that we went to the cinema, didn't we, on another date. That was our third date.
I think that was a while, because you planned that as a surprise for me. I think that was quite a while down the line. But we went to the George, and the food wasn't great, was it? We didn't have great food there, and I was still figuring out my dairy intolerances and various things, and it's always a bit embarrassing when you're on like a first date and you don't want to seem, you're already nervous, you don't want to seem like the fussy one. So I think I just ended up having like a plain chicken breast, and you must have thought it was really weird, because you had like a massive burger, and there was just me sitting with a plate with my little sad looking chicken breast. So
it's not like me to eat lots of food, is it?
No, not at all. You set the precedent for the rest of our relationship, and I gave you a false impression, because at the beginning I was really nervous to eat in front of him, and we went to that like Caribbean, what's it called, Turtle Bay
in Milton Keynes, yeah.
And you were like, are you sure you can eat that half a chicken or chicken breast or something? And it had like a pot of sweet potato fries. Because I just picked at things because I was really nervous to eat in front of him. Now I can pretty much rival how much you eat, if not eat more.
I don't know about that.
So yeah, that was probably our first date, but we had a few dates that sort of all
intertwined.
Yeah, so it's all a bit of a blur, that first month. Yeah. We didn't really have
a busy month, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. We didn't really have a first official date. But we had been talking on Tinder for about a month before.
I guess you could say the first official date was when we met.
Yeah, I suppose so.
You know, because we went for dinner at Wagamama's, didn't we? Your favourite.
We did, yeah.
And I braved the calamari.
Yeah, we both hate like squid and prawns and crustacean-y things. Yeah. But I didn't know this when we went on like the first date together, and we went to Wagamama's, and I forced David to eat some calamari, which he would never do now. But I think you just wanted to, you wanted to impress me, or you just...
Didn't want to look like a baby.
you ate the calamari. Okay, so the next question is, what was your first impression of me?
Wow, she's beautiful. Better than she looked in the pictures, to be honest with you.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Yeah.
You thought I was a fake Tinder profile, didn't you?
Yeah, your picture was too good, and I thought, it's too good to be true. So I was pleasantly surprised, wasn't I, when I eventually arrived in St Albans. So
I think because as a blogger you probably have a lot more pictures than other people to choose from, so maybe my Tinder pictures looked a bit too staged and posy, and I remember you saying you thought you thought it was a fake profile, because apparently there are lots of fake profiles on Tinder.
I think so.
Well, there are now. I don't think Tinder's as good now, but we obviously were on it about, what,
2 and a bit years ago.
Yeah, so we got it at its good, or sort of final good bit, I suppose. Right, the next question is, when did you meet the family?
So I met the family very soon after our first date. The second day after that, so
yeah, the second date, literally, wasn't it?
So I met Scarlett for our first date with your brother and your friend, and then literally the next day I was invited to Scarlett's 50th.
My 50th?
Scarlett's dad's 50th birthday.
Yeah, I sort of drunkenly invited him to my dad's 50th, and only remembered when I woke up the next morning and my friend said, oh, do you realise you've invited David to your dad's 50th? So he met the entire family, including cousins, grandparents,
literally
everyone,
everybody, isn't it?
on the second date. And he didn't run a mile, so that could have put you off massively, couldn't it?
Yeah, your whole family was very nice though, so I was lucky.
Yeah, but I think it was a little bit awkward, wasn't it? You don't really
definitely put in the deep end. No, I don't really get the feeling of awkwardness, but it was definitely being thrown in the deep end.
It was, yeah.
It was quite funny walking into your house and there's a row of 8 people lined up facing me,
ready to shake
my hand. Yeah. Interesting. A moment I'll never forget.
But you handled it very, very well, so
yeah,
it was a good test.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Good party.
It was very good. But I was going off to Greece very early the next day, and you were really poorly, weren't you? So they were sort of not really dates. We had proper dates once I got back from the holiday, and I didn't meet your family until Christmas Eve on your birthday.
That's right.
A couple of months later.
That's right.
Do I have any weird obsessions, and if so, what are they?
The collection of cuddly toys. That's quite an obsession.
It's not an
Pretty much
obsession.
got a cuddly teddy zoo, haven't we, in this house? Could charge people to come in here, see all the attractions.
I think people think we're a little bit weird when they come round, because we do have... David's very sweet, and I remember in the first year that we were together, whenever I was like a bit upset, I was still at uni and I was doing my dissertation and things, he would always come, I was living at my dad's at the time, and he would always come to the door with a new cuddly toy, wouldn't you? It started off on the first Valentine's Day when you bought me a teddy, and then you got me an elephant. And now we have like a whole family of cuddly animals in the room, in the bedroom. And
Scarlett's named them all.
You've named them all.
Oh, you named them.
So
don't play on me, push it onto me.
I mean, I don't cuddle them to sleep every night, but they are really sweet, and they remind me of like special moments in our relationship. So I wouldn't say it was a weird obsession, but I do think maybe some people get the wrong impression, especially of Gerald the giraffe, who sits on our like bed frame. And people are always a bit like, oh, right, oh, they're nice toys, yeah, but...
Then Scarlett talks about them like they're people.
They're just really cute, and yeah, as I said, they remind me of lots of nice memories in our relationship, so...
But as weird obsessions go, I don't think so.
Okay, so the next question is, how long have we been together?
So a little over 2 years now. So we officially got together on the 19th of December 2015, that's correct, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And we've been together ever since. But
our first date was...
I think it was in September, wasn't it?
September the 11th, 2015.
Oh yeah, never forget that.
What was our first road trip?
Proper road trip? Well, what place we went in a car? Well, the time we first really got away in the car, really, excluding obviously going to the cinema and stuff, was when we went to Wales.
Oh yeah,
Ross Castle, yeah, in Wales. So
oh yeah, I
it's
forgot
St
about
David's, wasn't it? That's the first proper getaway in the car, road trip wise. That was quite a long drive, about 4.5 hours, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. We were invited away for a weekend to St David's. So, and it was a beautiful place in Wales. I think it was about March time, so it was quite cold.
I'd probably go again, actually.
Yeah, it was really, really pretty. We stayed in like this modern, renovated castle for a night.
Ross Castle, look it up.
And then we went to the like sister hotel of that one, which was brand new, it just opened.
That had a strange Welsh name though, didn't it? So.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was called, but we have done a blog post on it, I think, so I'll link it down below in case you fancy checking it out. But yeah, we had a really, really lovely weekend. We went on a boat, and coincidentally,
saw seals as well, didn't we?
Oh yeah, we did see seals, we did. I was terrified of getting on that boat, but it was actually really, really fun. And coincidentally, that Wales trip was where you told me that you loved me for the first time, wasn't it? I don't think that's a question, but...
Fun fact, there you go.
Fun fact, exactly. So the next question is, what was the first thing you noticed about me? I feel like this question's already sort of been answered, but...
Your teeth.
My teeth?
Your smile.
Oh, why?
Because they're very, very white and pearly. A very beautiful smile, and she still has it to this day. So.
Oh, that's a relief.
And you've been brushing your teeth, right?
Oh, thanks. I haven't lost the ability to smile, which is good.
No, and you've still got that ability, just.
And you make me smile lots, so it's a good thing.
So she says.
No, you do. You make me smile all the time. So the next question is.
The what? The neck question.
The next question.
The next question.
The next question is, where is my favourite restaurant? Or maybe what is my favourite? What is my favourite restaurant? Yeah. Where or what?
What is your favourite restaurant? What is your favourite restaurant?
Yeah.
Well, it's... I know what it is, but...
What?
It's Wagamama's, isn't it? But it's... Yeah, it is. We do go there too often.
We go there a lot. I do really like Wagamama's because I feel like you can never have too many katsu curries. David's not a huge fan of it.
I do like the food there. It's very nice, and the restaurant's all nice and that. But I just think it's overkill now. We've been way too many times. But
what about a favourite restaurant for like me and you that isn't a chain restaurant that we've been to that we loved? We went to Foundry 39, which is this amazing restaurant in Edinburgh. We both had really, really good food.
It was amazing.
The nachos, it is worth going just for the nachos alone.
They were like the whole food ones, weren't they?
Yeah, they were like homemade nachos, not just like tortilla chips.
Amazing.
And then we had like chicken wings, there were caramel and something.
Just unbelievable amount of food, wasn't it? And it was all top quality.
Followed
up by a burger, wasn't it?
Yeah, you had like a roast dinner burger.
Try that out if it's still going, it's amazing.
And I had something, what did I have?
I can't remember what you had
now. I think I just had chicken and sweet potato fries, but it was really, really, really good. And the cocktails are amazing too. So that's probably my favourite non-chain restaurant that I can think of. So the next question is, who wears the pants in the relationship?
Scarlett, what's the answer to that?
You answer it first, because I know what my answer is going to be.
I think I know what your answer is going to be.
Go on then.
Well, I would say that it is an equal pants sharing relationship. I think you'll probably agree. Because sometimes, obviously, I take control of the situation when it's needed. But
do you now?
You know I do. But other than that, I let Scarlett just get on with it and, you know, keep the peace.
I think we're very equal because we both have our strengths in different things, so we sort of, you know, when it comes to like organisy things, I
just let her do it because her controlling nature.
No, I think no, you are very organised as well,
Yeah, I'd say
I
we're
remember,
both very organised, but then that means that you can clash because obviously we're both trying to organise the same thing.
Yeah.
And somebody's always got to not win, but someone's always got to have the final say as such on what's going on.
I always say that we're like, he's like the male version of me, which is very strange because you would never normally.
No, I agree though.
They say like opposites attract, but I don't necessarily agree with that. I think you have to have some things that are different in order to attract the other person. Like, I'd say you're much more funny and charismatic than I am. I'm quite a reserved, shy person. I don't really like talking to people I don't know, and I'm a bit of an introvert, whereas you're a bit more extrovert. But I think our other qualities match. We're both very stubborn, which we can clash on at certain times. Yeah. But we're both very driven. We've both got exactly the same values.
Work ethic, yeah.
Yeah, work ethic. So I think in terms of who wears the pants, I think we are very equally split in the things that we do.
Dependent on task and how,
yeah.
isn't it? Dependent on what it is about and who it's related to. So if it's obviously your work, I let you take the lead for the most part.
Yeah.
But
I like the fact that I'm not always in control. I think it's quite nice that you take the lead sometimes. It takes the pressure off me, and I don't. And I think if one person is wearing the pants, that person always feels the pressure to organise and yeah, exactly. So I think it's quite nice to share the pants. So the next question is, if I'm watching TV, what am I watching?
Some sort of reality rubbish. Probably something along the lines of, well, to be fair, we watched Celebrity what was it, Celebrity Jungle recently. Get Me Out of Here. I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. That was pretty good, to be fair. Yeah, I like Ant and Dec. They're quite funny. So. But
yeah, I love my trash TV. David is not keen. But he very graciously lets me watch it and will just sit there on his phone politely, often providing a running commentary of what's going on
how much I don't like them.
We watched The Notebook. I'd never seen The Notebook before, and David was like, oh, it's really good, you've got to watch it. And,
I don't think I did say that.
No, you did. You were like, oh, it's a good film, it's a good film.
Maybe.
And we watched it and we were both sobbing, weren't we?
Don't remember that.
Yeah, you were. It was really sweet. And we also like that Black Mirror episode, San Junipero, which
that's
really,
pretty sad,
really
to be fair, though. It's a pretty sad ending, isn't it?
It is, but a really good concept.
Quite, good concept.
If you haven't watched that already, definitely go and watch Black Mirror's San Junipero on Netflix. It's very, very good. What is one food that I don't like?
There's a lot of foods that she both does like and doesn't like, but something that you don't like is, well, we've already touched upon it, but crustaceans and seafood, you're not a massive fan of, are you? Like, you'll eat fish, like any sort of normal looking fish.
But we can't eat it if it looks like an animal. That's the thing. I remember.
We're big into having it clean and there's no head attached. Or...
Yeah, because we went on that. We went to Brighton. I think it was the first year that we were together. Oh no, it was my birthday. It was around my birthday. And we went to Brighton. David took me to this lovely Italian restaurant. He ordered himself a great big pizza. And I thought, oh, I don't really fancy a pizza because it's just been Christmas. I'll go for something a bit lighter. So I ordered the sea bass, which I normally love. Really, really like sea bass. And it arrived literally like it had just been caught. So it had the head fully attached, the tail.
Still had the hook in its mouth, didn't it?
It was literally looking at me. And I couldn't eat it. So David couldn't eat his pizza because it was looking at him as well. So we had to cover the fish with a napkin, and I just had chips and you had your pizza. And
you covered its face, didn't you? Covered its head.
Yeah.
As if to say you can't see me.
Yeah, I think because I was vegetarian for 3 years before I met David. And I only went back to eating chicken. No, I only went back to eating chicken because I became dairy and egg free for intolerance reasons, and it was so difficult to eat out, so I had to reintroduce chicken and fish into my diet. And I still don't like eating something if it looks like an animal, or if it's on a bone, or if it has a head or eyes or a tail or anything. Basically, we're both not really huge fans of anything that
Not
looks...
too bad if it's on a bone or something, but yeah, if
You
there's
know.
eyes or mouths involved,
Or
I'm not
nose.
too, or nose in fact.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm not too keen. So next question.
The next question is, what shoe size do I wear?
So she's probably a 5 but wears size 6 shoes. That's correct, isn't it?
Why would I probably be a 5 but wear a 6?
Just like that little bit extra room, don't you?
No. What are you on about?
Because you wear big socks.
No. I'm a 5.5.
Yeah, so
I wear a 6.
So I was correct then. So you're laughing at me, but I'm actually correct.
Because no one really stocks 5.5.
Well, they do, but you've
You're
obviously
very
not been
cute.
looking hard enough.
You're very cute.
But yeah, you're probably about a 5, maybe 5.5, aren't you? But you do tend to go for them big size 6s.
Yeah. Okay. What is one talent I have? I thought it said I don't have then. I was going to say, you can reel them off.
Yeah.
What is one talent
Good
that I
point.
do have?
One talent. What if I had to pick one talent?
Just one from my many talents. That big list of talents. Just narrow it down to one.
What list are you on about?
I only started singing in front of David about 6 months to a year ago. Because I don't like singing in front of people.
No, you're not bad.
I had a
you're not
really bad experience when I was younger where I did karaoke and I literally put on the performance of a lifetime of Spice Girls in front of all my friends, turned round thinking they're all going to love this, they're going to be clapping, dancing, joining in. Everyone just had this shell-shocked look on their face as if they'd seen a ghost, and no one spoke about it for the rest of the evening. So
I think Scarlett's problem with singing is the fact that she doesn't know any of the lyrics. You know, like most people know a few or the majority of them. Scarlett, no, she doesn't. She knows about 3 of the words and she says them wrong at the same time.
I must have...
Or in the wrong order. Or
I can remember like really...
3 words in a song, that's it.
Yeah,
That's
but
our
like
limit.
in general, I can remember a lot, like facts that I learned in school.
Yeah.
You
you're
know,
just not
like
very good at
general
picking up
knowledge in lyrics.
yeah.
I don't know. We even tested it out the other day, didn't we? Where I thought I must know a song where I know more than 4 lines of the song. No, there wasn't one song. I think
Even her favourite song,
Yeah.
she doesn't know it.
And I get them wrong.
You can dance to it, but you
Yeah.
cannot sing to it whatsoever.
No.
You know what's coming next, you just don't know what word it is or lyric.
No, it's really quite bad. And you know how you always have that one friend that knows all the lyrics to every single song, even if it's a new song.
That's not Scarlett.
No, it's not me. Oh, thanks. What about dancing? Is
You were
dancing
very,
your talent?
very good at dancing, yeah. Surprisingly so. Better than I thought you were going to be. I thought you were going to be good, obviously, but better than I imagined. Probably the best dancer I know, yeah. Honestly.
Oh, that's very kind.
But the worst lyrical singer of any song I know also.
I'll take that title. What is one quality we have that is similar to each other and one that is very different?
One quality that's very similar would be maybe, no, you know, I'm trying to think of so many
I'd
different
say
ones.
similar, we're very stubborn.
It's not a quality.
What's a quality then?
You just said, well, I wouldn't say it's a quality.
What would you say?
It's a trait rather than a quality.
What's a quality then?
So that's like a personality trait.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought it meant.
Could be a good or a bad thing. You know, it's not really you said
No,
what
but
is
that's...
a quality. A quality is
Yeah.
normally a positive thing only.
Okay, alright.
So you are confident, or you are, no, probably not confident's the wrong one, but you are helpful, or you are creative, or you are something
I
like
think
that.
we're both very generous.
Very, yeah. Probably can be sometimes our downfall as well.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
I think sometimes people
Too nice
take advantage
sometimes.
of it, don't they?
Yeah.
And we're very, very generous in what we do and what we give. You know, not just materialistic things or monetary.
Yeah, that's being
things.
honest, really. It's generous, isn't
Yeah,
it? We're sometimes a little bit too generous with not only our time but other things as well. And you know, it's not that you give to receive, but sometimes people aren't
People take advantage of it, don't they?
Yeah.
And what about a different quality?
A quality the way we're different.
Yeah.
I'm a perfectionist. You're not.
I thought I was a perfectionist before I met you. Sorry, I've got like a frog in my throat. I thought I was a perfectionist before I met David, and I actually won the award in year 8 for being the perfectionist of the class. And
Obviously didn't have very high standards at your school then, did they?
And having the neatest textbook. But David is a perfectionist to the point where he will ponder over things for days before you like submit it, whereas I just get to the point where I'm like, yeah, try my best. Exactly, that will
I guess in your line of work, I guess especially, you have to, in a way, you have to, there comes a point where you've spent enough time on it and it's going to be of good quality. It's just how much time do you put into that? And are you actually going to produce something that's better?
The next question is, if I could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Oh, well, I know where I would live, but where you would live is a bit more difficult. I would probably say, well, you like England though, don't you? I don't think you would move per se, but if you had a choice to move anywhere outside of the UK, I'd probably say it'd be in America, wouldn't it?
Yeah, just for the experience. I've always had this like fantasy of living in LA. I've never even been to LA, but I think it's just that.
I was going to say Miami, but obviously that's wrong.
No, but I would like to try
somewhere
Miami
like that.
as well.
But if we were to, we were both in agreement that if we were to stay in the UK, which we probably will do, no plans to move yet, but if we are to move anywhere, we'd like to live in St Albans, because that's probably the closest to our family and both to London that we could sort of be, and in a very obviously good area. We've
never wanted to live in London.
No, no interest whatsoever.
No, it's not only is it ridiculously expensive, and it's very, very busy, and you don't get much for your money anyway. I quite like getting on the train and being able to see greenery and leave behind building upon building, and
yeah, we live in I think we live in pretty much the most ideal location for us budget-wise at the moment, don't we? And obviously for my job and really your job as well, I guess.
Yeah, we're not far from London at all. We're still like North London, basically. And when people ask that we meet internationally, we always say we live in London just because it's easier. But I think the UK, it's lovely, even though the weather is rubbish. It is a great place to live for many, many reasons.
A lot of people don't appreciate it, I think. I think they, obviously, like Scarlett alluded to, the weather isn't exactly always the best, but there's a lot of perks to living in this country that you might not get in other countries, apart from obviously the weather and the travel and the sightseeing. But I think we're not doing too badly if you're born in this country and you're a resident, because there's a lot going for you, really. There's a lot of opportunity. It's just whether you want to obviously go out and do it.
We are very, very lucky in this country, and I think we
sometimes don't appreciate it.
Yeah, no, we don't. And I think it's opened our eyes, because we're very lucky. We get to travel a lot. Here in the UK, we have so many international airports. We can travel anywhere in the world that we want to. It's not only, you know, that as a benefit, but when we visit other countries and we see how other people live, and the things that we have here that we take for granted. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but when we went to Bangkok and we went on this river ride, I think it's called the Kolongs. It's like a series of waterways, in Bangkok, which you wouldn't think Bangkok has. I don't think it's a river, but it's like sort of like Venice in the sense that it's loads of different canals. And there's basically people that live on these waterways, and they live in like a tin shack, basically. They've got, everything is like sort of taped together or hinged together.
But they look so happy, didn't they?
Yeah, but they were so happy, and it made me think people live so differently, and they have so much less than we do, or they may have more than we do, but
it's quality of life, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's...
And what's important to you?
Yeah, it's more so the values that you uphold in your own life, and what you want, the people you surround yourself with, and I guess your own mentality and outlook
Everyone's
on life.
different, yeah, everyone's different, aren't they? And do what suits you, I guess. But yeah, we do find ourselves very fortunate that we reside in this country currently.
Yeah.
Probably for the distant future, to be fair.
Yeah, I
just wish the weather system could improve, that'd be great. So if anyone's listening.
Who would be listening?
I don't know, Jesus. The weatherman.
The weatherman, yeah, he can put in a good word for us. And then the final question is, was actually sent in on another video from a lady called Lara, and she wanted to know how we work together as a team and how our careers fit in with each other.
We've developed working as a team for the last 2 years now, because pretty much as soon as I met you, I picked up a camera, didn't I, and helped you out with your blogging and your now vlogging, and I actually purchased you your first proper blogging camera, wasn't it? Oh, you forgot about that.
Yeah, no, when one of our first like weekends away, David, I was working in London, and David came to meet me at the hotel, didn't you? And he said, oh, I've got a surprise for you, close your eyes. And in my hand was an Olympus pen camera, which is a very, very generous gift considering you didn't know me that well.
I could see how passionate about what you, well, how passionate you were about what you did, so I obviously wanted to aid you in any way I could.
That was very kind of you. And David also enrolled himself on a couple of photography courses so that he could learn how to use the cameras. And
but that was about a year after we actually were taking photos, because obviously got used to obviously helping Scarlett out and doing what she wanted to do, but just to be able to refine that to obviously take it to a little bit of a better quality image or product for you to be able to use, I guess.
Yeah.
Or content, isn't it? It's called content.
But you've always come on the weekends away with me.
Yeah.
And you're so patient. I think I sometimes don't value that enough. You are so incredibly patient. And
we're still getting around that when I'm taking a picture, she listens to me, because Scarlett likes to do her own thing and jump out of the picture like that, or go.
Yeah.
It's not always.
We're a lot better at it than we used to be, but I think people.
I think we had to be.
Yeah, people think that the Instagram image just magically appears, and it's really perfect, and there's been nothing behind it. It's there. Usually, that image has taken about 300 images to get that image.
Probably.
And probably,
that's minimum, really,
and it used to take about 3 arguments as well to get that picture.
Yeah, big arguments, not just your little ones, your big arguments, yeah.
It's really, really difficult when there's 2 people. I'd say you're very creative, but I mean, before you met me, you weren't on social media. You'd never heard of Instagram or anything like that.
I'd heard it, I just didn't want to partake in it. Yeah.
It was very new to you, and we both had visions for the picture, and they were probably very different. And I was thinking one thing, you were thinking another thing, and when you're really close to someone, you kind of don't.
Yeah, we do see things
back.
differently. Like we'll have a reel of pictures as such, I suppose, so to speak, and Scarlett will think one looks really good, and I'll think almost a total opposite one will look really good. So we obviously see things differently. Sometimes, not all the time, but that can obviously cause a bit of friction. But we do work going back to the question, we do work very well together, and I've recently changed jobs. So I used to be in the Marines for 5 years and left in 2015, and shortly after that met Scarlett. Then I've gone into a job now which was my ultimate aim when I left the military in 2015, which was to become a train driver, so slightly different. My dad did it for 40 years, so I thought I'd give it a go. He always said it was a good job, and it's proven to be, so I'm really enjoying it, aren't I? So it's going well. About 8 or 9 months in now. When did I start? May. So yeah.
It's a very, very good job.
Very good job.
It's very flexible in terms of David will work for like 5 days in a row, and then 4 days in a row, and then have 4 days off. So we can. That's why we can travel so much, because before, in the previous job, you had like what, 26 days annual leave?
26, and then I used to get 3 taken away for Christmas. So
we maxed out. your annual leave
almost instantly.
Yeah, so it wasn't so much that you went for this job because you knew that it would be a bit more flexible for the lifestyle that we live, but it was more
so
that...
It was a big factor, I think. I think that was a big factor. And also just for myself, do you know what I mean? Obviously, travelling aside, it was just nice to be able to know that I was only going to be working 4 days a week. Like, not many people have that luxury, but...
So yeah, we do work very well together as a team.
And we get lots of time off to do it, so...
Yeah.
Which is nice.
When you're working so closely together, I mean, I'm very, very grateful for David's patience and the way that he never complains. You know, we might be jetting off to fabulous places, but other times it's not quite so glamorous, and you're always more than happy to muck in, even if you've had a 12-hour shift or something. You're very,
just get on with it, don't we? We know it needs. We both know that we do it for each other, and I think it comes down to it needs to be done. So just get on with it. Complaining about it just takes longer to get it all done, doesn't it? So we just get on with it for the most part and moan about it later. But
we now, like, when we go away on a trip that we've paid for entirely ourselves, obviously if we're going away on an all expenses paid trip, we will be working for whoever has sent us away. So it is more, we see it as more of a work trip.
Holiday, yeah.
If we've paid for it, and I'd say about half the trips that we go on we've paid for completely ourselves, if we've paid for it, then we still want to make the most of the fact that we're in an amazing location and capture it and document it and stuff, because it's nice to have those memories to look back on. But what we'll do is we'll go out in the morning and we'll shoot like for a couple of hours.
Yeah, so the way we did it the last couple of times we've been on holiday is get up early. Obviously most people are still in bed when you're on holiday, so it's a good time to take photos and videos where it's quiet, and obviously the sun's rising most of the time and everything's clean and you know, everything's going well, so no one in the background of the pictures preferably, so we don't have to edit them out. And we spend about 3 hours I'd say, probably the last couple of times we've done it, 3 hours getting all the content for that day, and then we go and enjoy it after that, don't we? And then if there's any things in between, which there normally is, we obviously tackle that when it comes to it, but we get all the main content in the mornings so we can not worry about it for later. It's essentially like going to the gym in the morning, so you don't have to worry about it later on, isn't it? It's the same principle sort of thing. But yeah, that's why we do it, because otherwise if you start leaving it to the last minute, it's not even about leaving it to the last minute, even if you leave it to midday, it's sort of, you end up thinking about it too much, and obviously because we're both perfectionists, we want to try and get the best that we can, I guess. And if we don't do that, that's when the arguments start. Or we start getting frustrated, don't we? That we can't get what we first envisioned, or what we maybe could have in the morning, sort of thing. Definitely. So that's why we do it, really. That's how we do it, and it seems to be working. There's more smiles and less sadness.
Yeah. So thank you very, very much for watching this video. Hopefully you've really enjoyed getting to know David a little bit more and learning a bit more about how we met and what we get up to. If there are any other questions that you'd like us to answer, please do feel free to pop them in the comment box down below, and perhaps we'll do another video, or we'll do a video that you would like to see. So let us know. And yeah, thank you very, very much for watching, and we'll see you in Florida.
Bye.